BassResinator here. I have a really cool lamp. I got to tell you about this because I started with extra resin. I had some extra brown, so I poured this mold, which is the bottom part of it. And there's going to be an LED lamp that sits down in there. So a place for the cord to come out. This is going to look like one of those lanterns that we'd use, kerosene lanterns that we'd use on camping trips when I was younger. So I thought, okay, cool. And then I did another pour and I had some more brown, so I poured this, and then I went over certain areas with a gold marker to do some highlights. And then when I pulled it out of the mold, there was a little, this area left a sharp ridge, and so I sanded that down a little bit, and I thought, let me just put some gold in, because I'm going to put the bracket things that go on the outside, they're going to be gold. So made that, and then I thought, I would really like to make it look like it's actually working. So if you ever saw one of those, it had a little filament thing, and then you'd turn on the gas and or that was the pumping up pumping the kerosene into it, and then you'd light it, and then you put the glass down over the top. Well, what you're going to see me do here is pour the glass part, because I've got everything else poured from extra resin from before. So what I thought, in order to try and make it look like it's burning, I'm going to put this in the bottom part of this. Now let me explain this to you. I used a little round a sphere mold, and I used yellow resin dye from Let's Resin, and then I thought, well, let me try something crazy. Now I don't know if you can see the little sparklies in here. I wanted it to look like it was on fire. Okay, so I used some Marabou rainbow alcohol ink, and then I used 1 drop of white. But before I dropped the white, I had some just a little bit mixed up of resin with salmon colored glow in the dark powder. So I put that there, and then I used 1 drop, and it went through. Now I don't know if you can see where you can see it down here, but I don't know if you can see it, how it went through. I'm hoping that when the light turns on, that it causes a glowy type of effect. I don't know what. It looks like I don't know what that is. Some kind of alien thing. It's not a bubble. It looks like a chunk of, maybe it's some of that powder went through. Well, anyway, it looks like a little vortex going through the middle. So I'm going to hang this. Now, I made a little stem with UV, and I'm going to hang this in here, and I'm going to use deep pour resin around this. So this will be at this will be the bottom of the lamp, and it'll sit like that, and then this is on top, and then I put those things on the side. So what you're going to see me do is this, and I'm just going to use clear, but I'm really hoping this turns out. And then in order for I need to figure out some type of a cap. Let me see if that fits down over the top. Yeah, that'll go all the way over that. So what I'm wanting is, I don't want to be blinded by white LEDs just right in the face. So I'm thinking I may need to make a little cap that goes over those lights, because those lights, oh, it's in a little Ziploc bag. And there's a couple companies that offer this mold, but I'll put the one where I got it. That sits down in there. So I need to try and come up with something, maybe a little cap with some more of this salmon over the top. So it'll diffuse the amount of light coming through, but it'll also show. And then when I turn it off, it'll still glow. I like glow in the dark. Okay, let me get my resin mixed up. Put that over there so I don't have a mess. Get my resin mixed up, and then I will start putting it in, and then I'll put this in, and actually I'll probably dip that into the deep pour. I'm not sure how much that's going to hold. I'm going to make 6 ounces just because deep pour, you need 2 to 1. So it's real easy to do. It'll be 2 ounces of part B and 4 ounces of part A. So that makes that easy. And if I have any left over, I've got some other molds around here. So instead of trying to come up with 5 ounces, because I'm thinking that's going to be about 5 ounces, I'll go with 6, and if I have left over, then I'll put it in another mold. I have these ring molds, ring holders that are like, they're kind of pointy. This one is got angles, and this one is spherical. Well, not spherical, it's round. Anyway, talking too much and too much. Be right back with the resin. While I was mixing this up, now there's some bubbles, but I've got a plan for that, and I'll tell you. While I was mixing that up, I thought, this bottom part right here is about the right size, and it fits on there perfectly. So I thought, well, let me use that mold and mix up just a little bit of UV resin. So I did that and cured it. So came out of there nice and easy. And one little bubble part area, but we'll just suit that right where the wire comes out. Ha ha ha! Perfect fit. Yep. Jip, jip, jip. So that'll diffuse that light. That'll be cool. Okay, now what you're not going to see is I'm going to pour this, bubbles and all, in here, and I'm going to pour it over the top of this and try and move this around so that I'll get it. And then I'm going to take this out to the vacuum chamber. I don't know if you can see it or not. There we go. And then just leave it in there. Okay, that's that side of the sphere. This should get, and it should drip over the edge and coat it very well. So there shouldn't be any bubbles trying to hang on there. I'm going to get it up about 3/4 full and then put it in the vacuum chamber. And then I'm just going to leave it out there in the garage and let it cure in the vacuum chamber. It's not a pressure pot. It is a vacuum chamber, so it's going to be sucking the bubbles out. Okay, so that is about, it's up to here, and I still have 2 ounces left. I may have been, without this sphere in there, it may take 6 ounces. But, got resin on my glove, my thumb area. Okay, so I will come back to you when it's time to demold this baby. So, we'll see you in a couple days. Bye. Okay. I've got something else going on back on the workbench. So I'm doing this on a little table or a desk that my dad made many years ago for my oldest child, who is now 38. This is a desk that actually opens up and you have room underneath. It's kind of cool. Made it all out of plywood. He was all about plywood. Plywoods, glues, and varnishes. And he could do almost anything. Okay, this is cured up with that ball right there. And I put that little plastic thing. I hooked the lamp or the LED thing into the thing, and then I UV'd that part onto the that base unit. So, and then I've got my E6000 here, so I can stick it all together. And I'm gonna have to pull this to my body. Sorry, I can't get enough leverage. Oh my, wait till you see this. It really made that, it magnified it hugely. But that's okay. That's slick as all get out. Wow, look at that. Now, if you couldn't see that stuff before, sure can here. And that's going to sit like that. Oh, wait till you see this. And then this is going to go on top of that. And then these things are going to stick on the sides here. No, they go this way. No, they go this way. Yeah, it's going to go just like that. Okay, let me see what this looks like first. I've got to turn that lamp on. Oh, yes. You get to see my granddaughter's toy stuff over there. This is gonna be cool. So cool. Okay, let me start gluing stuff together and I'll be back with you. Well, there we are. It's glued, but it's not set all the way yet, but at least you'll be able to see it. Look at that. Slick. I like this. Yeah, I'm going to have to put some tape to hold it down. And then I'll get some closing shots for you. If you are a subscriber of mine, thank you for subscribing. If you are not, it's very easy to become one. All you got to do is go down to the bottom of this screen and push the subscribe button. And while you're there, go ahead and click that bell icon, because that'll notify you anytime I do something new. This channel does have memberships. If you'd like to support the channel that way, just click the button that says join. Yeah, this has been fun. Stick around for the closing shots. We'll see ya. Bye.